What's up, guys? It's Greeny here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, it's a live stream from my trading room, Greeny's trading group, GTG, where you can sign up in the description down below. Now, obviously, we do weekly live streams. Me, Aussie Sexy, a couple other callers jump on, and we do these live streams pretty much every couple of days, covering meme coin trades that we're looking at different ways to trade meme coins. We talk about macro analysis. We understand that macro analysis influences a lot of the meme coin trades that we take. We focus on future trades as well. So we're looking at potential long opportunities or potential short opportunities on a lot of your favorite altcoins, a lot of your favorite meme coins, and Bitcoin, of course, as well. So it's an educational tool that we use in GTG. So I'd highly suggest you check it out. And also, guys, I am dropping some news, right? GTG is about to expand. So I'm going to create some trading courses, some beginner tutorials, some meme coin tutorials, okay? And some courses on futures as well. And then obviously some more advanced indicator stuff as well in the coming months. And that's going to be exclusive to GTG members as well. And the big news, guys, is meme coin tools. We will be adding some insane meme coin tools to the platform to allow you to actively search through some of the top pump fun meme coins, the radium liquidity pools, okay, trending meme coins, top volume meme coins, okay, snipers, all types of meme coin sort of tools are going to be included in GTG server very soon. So obviously do check that out using the wop.com link in the description below. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It's a recap on macro, a recap on altcoin longs that we're looking at, and obviously some of the meme coin plays that we are currently holding, and some analysis on where I would definitely like to DCA if we do go a little bit lower over the coming week or so. I really hope you enjoy. Cheers. Alright, guys, well, welcome back. It's been a few days since I've obviously done a live stream, just obviously in real life stuff, moving apartments and whatnot. So it's great to obviously be back with you all now. So today I just do a quick recap on a few altcoin positions that I'm looking at, obviously Bitcoin as well, and what we're looking at the moment. We'll quickly recap on a couple trades that we're in. I think I might cut one of them very shortly. We'll just have a look at that shortly. But outside that, then we'll look at meme coins. But obviously, guys, if you have any particular questions, please unmute, or obviously, I don't know if you can raise your hand. I need to double check that. I paid for Discord Nitro, so I need to work that out. But if not, just write in the chat or unmute yourselves and just interrupt me. That's cool. And then obviously we'll do a bit of research around what the market's currently doing. Obviously we're in a bit of a pullback, as you can see at the moment, which is healthy, guys. Like at the end of the day, we nearly did, like depending on your exchange, we technically could have put in an all-time high. Like on Binance here, like if I do check the high, yeah, I don't know. Hey, it's very close, very, very close. Like that says, yeah, okay. Very close, guys. So yeah, I mean, a pullback at this high is pretty standard. What I would love to actually see is see this 382 here, guys. Or BTC, I'll just zoom in a little bit. This 382 pretty much aligns with this retest of this massive bull flag that we've been in for ages and ages. So, I mean, I'll probably go giga long on these sorts of areas. And now Bitcoin is sort of bouncing. Like if we look at Solana in a minute, Solana actually looks a bit weaker compared to Bitcoin, but obviously it's an altcoin, so it pumps harder than Bitcoin and also dumps harder than Bitcoin, so always remember that. But we are keeping an eye on this sort of support that we've had all the way since pretty much the 10th of October. It's obviously bounced from there today, guys, which as you can see from that kind of week at the moment. But let's have a look at momentum. Momentum on the daily is quite overextended. So, I mean, in theory, we could go lower. It's always good to check and zoom out further. So my suspicion is that we potentially do go lower. I think from memory, Sexy has some drawn out levels. 67 rings a bell. So the 2K move down to this sort of 68 fib there, maybe a retest here. If not, all the way down to 66.3. I think that this golden pocket, like sort of area here, and anywhere off that sort of fib there, off the 382, I think that's an absolute load up DCA into a low leverage long on Bitcoin, allocate a decent amount to it, and just hold that, because like we've changed structure over the past couple of weeks. That's clearly evident with higher lows, guys, higher highs as well. Now, ultimately, what I want to see is another higher low. Like in theory, we could bounce from here, even though we are quite overextended on the daily. But obviously, we could potentially come back down a little bit lower, retest this. And as long as we don't close any candles, as you can see there, guys, if we close candles sort of below 66.6, that's where I probably get a little bit more on the bearish side. So we can wick all the way down there, even wick below it, as long as we don't close a daily candle below that point. Then that's where I remain very bullish. But again, let's zoom out. Again, you'll see that Sexy is probably on the lower time frames. I like to just have a bit more of a macro look, and in theory, I really do hope that in the coming weeks I'll be able to spend more time doing some scalp trades in futures as well as meme coins. Now that I am starting to get set up, which is great. But if we look here, guys, like obviously the support, we'll get rid of that on this time frame. But this is a weekly, so in theory, guys, we kind of have already bounced off this theory now, off this trend line. Now, obviously, you can't. Trend lines are just there to show you where the trend is. Like in theory, this could be drawn up a little bit higher, it could be drawn a little bit lower. Depends how people like to draw their trend lines. Other people like to draw it with blocks. So in other words, the candles. So I suppose you could even draw it off that candle there, I suppose, if you wanted to, and sort of do something like that even. Okay, so it depends how you like to draw your sort of candles. I've always kind of gone wick. I'm a wick to wick sort of guy. I don't know. I just find I find it pretty accurate, to be honest. But again, it's up to you. And obviously, trend lines are just a great way to sort of see where resistance and support is coming in. So the top here, this is all resistance. The time that we've rejected off these levels, and down the bottom is always support. As soon as you break out of this, like we've attempted to here, then obviously it changes. And ideally, what you want to see is kind of what's happening right now. You want to see this hold, and that now becomes support. Okay, so that's real simple trading sort of terms and technical analysis there. And again, I'm going to create some courses in the coming months and release them on WAP, so you guys can study those if you're a bit newer to trading. But if we do look at the advanced stochastic momentum, we are above that still for this week, and the week's only 2.5 days left, guys. So in theory, we probably looks like we probably hold above this. But like I said before, Sexy does have a level of about 67.6. Yeah, so pretty much where that wick is on this week already is probably where he's looking, which would also again be a double check of this trend line here. It's no surprise that we rejected from here. We obviously caught all the liquidity. Like people have been shorting this level for literally ages, guys, for months, and like I'm talking 7 months. Okay, so there is so much liquidity there, and obviously we wicked up there to grab all that liquidity, and then obviously we're dumped back down. So market makers are sort of making up their idea probably this week. Big week, November. I mean, October closed bloody good. Like I suppose it's the first of November already. So let's have a look. Like, look at that. That's like one of the most bullish Octobers, I think, nearly in history. So if we do take a look at that, so obviously we open there and we close there. So it's an 11% month. That's huge. But yeah, like as you can see, we clearly are above sort of levels. What I would like to see a close in November, at least above 71.3. And that shows me that we do have good momentum to continue at least for the coming months. But as you can see, we're kind of retesting not only on the short time frames that breakout on this trend line, but we're also retesting the all-time high from previous cycles, guys, too. So quite a pivotal level. It's no surprise that we consolidate a little bit here and just see what happens. But again, on the monthly, we are still very overextended. On the 65.7, we are well above that. So, I mean, like, I think we continue up. Like, there's no doubt about it. However, I want to see healthy price action. So what I want to see is something like this, okay? So up and then consolidate, and up and then consolidate, okay? Then up, kind of like that, right? Is what I would love to see. If we start going just like crazy like this, I'd probably take a lot of profits, guys. Like that just has me worried, because then we probably do dump back down, retest even probably these highs, right? And then that's where we, again, look to long back in. I probably don't add spot here, guys, but I would look to aggressively long that move back up and potentially look for that second high over here. So that's kind of what I'm watching over the coming weeks and coming months, moving into the end of the year. I think Christmas time is going to be very lucrative, guys. I mean, I think November and December, and traditionally they are, in bull cycles, but traditionally every year, the consistency of profits in this time of year and this time of the cycle is very good. So definitely a good time to lock in across the market. I'm going to skip Ethereum at the moment. There's nothing too much that I'm looking at on Ethereum. We took that long, but we did. I'm glad we closed it, and shout out to Aussie for that insane print on his Ethereum short as well. But Ethereum's just kind of lagging quite a lot, guys, here as well. So for me, we'll look for another long potentially. At the moment, it is quite oversold, but again, it just is showing a lot of weakness still against Bitcoin there, guys. And then obviously if we look at Solana, yeah, it did pull back a little bit, as you expect, a massive move out, but I think this trend continues. So I still very much am in the camp that you want to hold Solana or Bitcoin over Ethereum. So let's have a look at Solana. Again, this is on the weekly, so we are zoomed out quite a bit. And like I said, guys, this fib, and I've drawn this for quite a while. Excuse me. Actually, no, that's the wrong fib. My apologies. That's the fib for us to get back into some longs. I was looking at the 165 level today, and we have bounced a little bit from there, but I want to see a little bit more strength across the market before I look for some longs. But what we're looking at is clearly two sort of resistance levels, right? So this one we've broken out of, and then this one that we've had now, 1, 2, 3, like 6 sort of candles there. So that is the last resistance before we definitely hit 210 again, in my opinion. And why I'm very much targeting a new all-time high off this move, right? And the reason for it is, like, if we have a look here, guys, the fib high, so the range high to the range low literally will put you at 272. At the 1.618. So for me, that remains probably my target of a move here. And as you can see, we might even and this is it, the 0.5 here of the range, which I'm sure Sexy is very much looking at as well, 160. So if we can get a long off sort of 160, guys, like that would be insane. So I'm pretty much looking at that level for Solana. If we do dive in, Solana C isn't as overextended, guys, because we have consolidated nicely for quite a while. So that shows me that it probably will break up more aggressively against Bitcoin as well. And I mean, if we do take a look at its chart, yeah, so we are consolidating here. So yeah, keeping an eye on this, keeping an eye on the Sol versus BTC chart. We are pretty much looking like we probably do continue up here, but again, we'll keep an eye on that as well. Let's zoom into the daily on Solana as well and have a look. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. I think a little bit lower, guys, is where I would like. I'm confident to long from there, but not quite yet. So as you can see, this is the range. So the range high to the range low. And as you can see, I'd love to get a long. And we have wicked there before. We've retested. Look at this. Like, yeah, that level is massive, guys. That 160. If we can get a long off to about 160.3, I might set some limits after this stream. That's probably where I'd love to get a juicy long in with a very nice sort of. Depends how risky you want to take it. So always remember, please read that leverage sort of thing, that leverage write-up that I did about how to actually leverage trade, because a lot of people do over leverage, and it's really important that you don't do that. But kind of what I'd be looking at is this trade here. So I'd probably be looking to set my stop loss below that 0.23, which we obviously wicked off way back here in the start of October at 133. I mean, if we're breaking down below there, I'm probably quite bearish, but that gives you a nice risk, nearly 1.91 risk to reward just to the range highs. But as I said before, I'd be targeting 272 off this move. So that's a juicy sort of 4.14 risk to reward ratio trade, guys, off that sort of Solana long. That's if we can get 160. Again, I would love to DCA lower if we do get it as well. But if you did want to be really safe, you could obviously put it a little bit lower below the sort of trend line there that we obviously have a lot of liquidity stacked from obviously pretty much December, like, and nearly going on a year there. So I think that's quite a high level to hold there, 124. But as you can see, that's still a very nice move, 3.15. But obviously if you're swing trading it to the top of the range, it's only a 1.42. So yeah, the downside risk, but ultimately, guys, you would then obviously look to DCA. So now that I am back at the charts, it's easier for me to go to lower time frames and swing trade a bit more aggressively. Whereas previously, because of travel, I was setting limit orders at these massive fib lines, and we were printing off that. So both strategies work, guys. It just depends how you like to trade as well. So let me check the chat, see if there's any questions. No questions. Amazing. So that's pretty much all I wanted to cover with macro. Like, I mean, and altcoins, but like if we do look over on the side, altcoins, depending what ones, like most of them are sort of pumping quite a lot and then obviously dumping quite a lot. Like Ray's obviously outperforming quite a lot, guys, as well. Again, kind of like Ray, I'd love to see it pull back a little bit further, and then we might look to long. So if we do look at levels, so 382, yeah. So I mean, if it gets to 2.75-ish, that's probably a really good long from there, guys. That's also a retest of this week here. And even it might even dip to slightly 2.68. So yeah, I mean, that could be a really good long for Ray for about there. Again, Ray has moved up quite aggressively. I think Ray continues to print. Like, again, Craig and I have spoken about this, and our thesis on Ray was well before meme coins were even considered on Radium, or Radium liquidity pools were a massive part of meme coins, right? Like, our thesis was quite simple. It's Solana's the narrative this cycle. It was the main DEX swap at the time in July, mid-year July last year. So I've nearly held it for a year and a half now. And essentially what we were looking at is the revenue was coming in. We knew that Solana was going to pump. So that means that the tokens within its ecosystem were going to pump. So we pretty much got into Ray down here, guys, at about 0.2, I think it was, which is amazing. Like, very happy with that. I still hold quite a considerable amount. Again, I'd love to own more, but hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, I think pullbacks on Rays is a great DCA opportunity into your spot bags and likely does outperform. Let's look at this chart as well. It's always important to consider your favorite altcoins against BTC, and we have broken out quite aggressively, guys. Like, I mean, if we do zoom out and have a look, like this chart looks really good. So yeah, I mean, like this looks really good, guys. If we look at stochastic, maybe a little bit of a slowdown for a little bit of period of time. Yeah, but I mean, Radium remains a top pick. I think Jupiter also is a great long opportunity if we do see it. We are pretty much at a 382 fib right now, maybe a little bit below actually from the swing low to the swing high. So keep an eye on that. I mean, you can obviously, it's always good to use both. So swing high on the range, okay, to the swing low on the range, which would be, let's go that low there. So this low here. And as you can see, the 786. So look at where we rejected from, guys. So it's always important. And Sexy's really good at this as well. He'll draw his fibs on multiple time frames and multiple ranges. So in other words, he'll take the swing low to the swing high, or he'll take the range high to the range low. So it's always important to look at both because you will find levels of price, either support or resistance at those levels. So no surprise here that we did see Jupiter reject from the 0.618 of this cycle. Well, in theory, this is Jupiter's whole history, really. So yeah, I mean, if it does come back down to the 0.89, like that's a steal. But in theory, I'd start to enter Jupiter from about, you know what, like it's probably nearly ready to, like, let's have a look on the swing. So like this is where obviously time frame, let you'd zoom in and then you'd go down to the daily, and then let's have a look from the swing low to the swing high. All right, let's have a look. So yeah, we are breaking down. I mean, yeah, 0.91 is probably where I become very interested. You've got liquidity there. It's a previous area that we've also have rejection from. So ideally, you would expect it to probably bounce and move up from this particular area. So yeah, as I said, I'd like a little bit lower. You've still got stochastic momentum coming down on the daily. It is heading into the weekend. At least in Australia, it's Friday night already. So like in theory, over the weekend, it is harder to trade, and likely we do go down over the weekend leading into the elections as well. Like that's something you got to consider as well. Like I don't want to be in too many trades leading into that because that's always volatile depending on what can happen. You never know what can happen in those sorts of events. So always pays to be sort of on the liquid side rather than in trades. So keep an eye, guys. Like, I mean, we took that AVAX trade. Speaking of, let's have a look at it. AVAX. So we took that AVAX trade at about 25.05. I think our entry was, I set a DCA at 24. It didn't hit, which is fine. But if you do look, we have set a high low. So I wonder if we keep an eye on RSI as well. That is not quite a bullish divergence yet. But yeah, Aussie, Sexy and I also like this trade. So AVAX, come on, man. Like AVAX is like I want it to do well because in theory, it is a massive like token, right? It does so much development on the blockchain side, on the gaming side. It has Web2 partnerships like running out of its ears. So like for me, AVAX is a no-brainer hold. Unfortunately, we had to de-risk, which I'm very grateful that we did because it's done nothing. It is literally done nothing, nearly on a year. So Solana just had way more strength, so I'm very glad we went into that, guys, a few months ago. But yeah, I expect this is a massive level. This is a massive level for AVAX, and I do think this is a really good sort of opportunity to long it back towards at least its swing highs. I don't know if it gets to its all-time high, guys, but you never know. Never know. Outside that, there's nothing really else that I'm looking at. IMX dumped a lot today. I was looking at, so I didn't really want to buy that because it is technically a low. We've actually broken below that low as well. So I just keep an eye on something like that as well, guys. But yeah, outside that, that's pretty much altcoins covered. We'll dive into meme coins if there's no questions. Yep, no questions. Amazing. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is actually Tremp. So I haven't sold my bag, but I am looking here, guys, and like we are like 4 days out of the election now. If we do take a look at holders as well, no, I think that's the wrong Tremp. So if we look here, like we're still out of the breakout range. We still have a good 2 million volume every single day. So like it's worth the hodl. It's worth the punt going into the weekend. I would have expected a bit more of an aggressive move, to be honest. But I think why this hasn't pumped is because macro has actually moved down. So this is what I mean. Like people, like I've literally see all your top favorite influencers who are in the trenches every single day who, yeah, love to tell everyone when they win big, but don't tell everyone when they lose big, is literally they're tweeting out today, oh, the trenches suck today. Oh, it's really hard in there. Oh, it's shit in there, whatever it is, right? But they are literally complaining about the trenches. And that's why it's so key to follow macro trends, guys, because at the end of the day, macro still influences these meme coins anywhere from low caps all the way to the high caps. So if we do take a look at Tremp, like it's still got decent, like 0.24. Yeah, so we're still like on the 3-day, we're still up 1.4%. You have seen, yeah, so a few people have like, yeah, they cut their bags. 60 people cut their bags as of 4 hours in the last 4 hours. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm willing to kind of hold it, guys. Like, I know it's actually below our DCA entry. We got in around that 36. Like, as I said before, I'm happy to sort of take this trade because, again, like, this is what I mean. Like, we got in at 36. The loss here is 25. I think 25 is where I'd set my stop loss. Let's get it about that low. Yep. And even if it makes a move, this is why Fibonacci is so key, guys. Even if it makes a move just to that first Fibonacci and pumps to 63 million, okay, that is a 2.55 risk to reward. So that is key, okay? That is a great risk to reward trade. So for me, I'll set my invalidation at 25 mil. And if that hits, that's trading, guys. You don't win 100% of the time. And I keep that extremely transparent. And so for us in here, I think 25 remains our sort of invalidation for Tremp. And I think set a take profit at about 60 mil, and then that way that's a crazy move. Like that's a nearly 2x move from if you DCA'd. So it's about a 70% move from our entry, and like that just makes sense, right? It's just a good trade. Whereas it's about, yeah, as you can see, a 22% dump. So that's a good risk to reward, guys. So that's Tremp. For me, I'm happy to hold that over the weekend. So Anon asked about WMM. Yep, I'll get to that, mate. Oh, I didn't have the chart open. Okay, so what else looking at? So look at this. This is, sorry, my apologies. I had it on the recording though, so you can watch it back. But what I'm looking at is that 25 mil there would be my stop loss. And as you can see here, okay, my risk to reward take profit, TP1 would be that 63, probably set it a little bit lower, maybe 62, 61. And look at that. That's a 3 point from current price action. But if we move it up to where we got 2.6 risk to reward, guys, that's why we trade. Okay. But I mean, we did have volume. We did break out. We have just failed to break out, like I said, because of macro. So keeping an eye on that. I'll look quickly at our couple other trades that we're in. I'm very confident about these other trades. I'm holding them all. Like I think they are all moving into that medium to long term holding bags for me. So that's selfie. This looks beautiful. I think if you do get a pullback, guys, like in theory, you probably got a sort of trend line there sort of forming. So if it does pull back to low 40, sorry, I think that's opportunity. Sigma obviously pumped quite a lot today as well, I think, from memory. Let's have a look. Let's zoom out. Right, yeah, so we made a new all-time on Sigma, say 94 million, guys. So that's a great move. Like, we got in at 34, guys. Bang, bang. Give us a clap. That's a 3x move already. And this is why, I'll throw 5K or 10K at a meme coin at a swing low like this and make, a 3x? So that's 30K. When I would gladly go bigger and harder into a swing trade on an established meme coin than throw hundreds on different low cap meme coins and hope that they pump 100x, 10x, or whatever it is. Like, the better plays are using more liquidity in a swing trade like this. Obviously, if you have the liquidity, you can do that. If you're a smaller wallet, try and aggressively sort of take profits on these swing trades and ideally hold some of them longer. But obviously, if you can't, then just rotate, and being liquid as a small wallet trader is so key as well. So yeah, Sigma, amazing. We're up. Yeah, we're still up only about 2.5x at the moment, but we obviously did nearly hit a 3x as well earlier today. So that's a great trade. SCF is another one. I think this is a good hold, guys. It's a very strong meme. You've obviously got big names that talk about it. We obviously are pretty much at lows, so this could be a good opportunity. I haven't looked at holders for a while, so let's look at SCF holders and have a look. But essentially, I'm happy holding this, guys, because I think this is a good meme. I think it's a good trade. If we do look, you've still got green across all time frames, you got green. So for me, this remains a really good token to hold. I think off the swing trade. If we look at Retardio, that was a great trade as well, guys. Very happy we DCA'd into that. I think we're up quite a lot as well. We DCA'd at 100 mil, guys, and we also DCA'd. We caught this low here at 100, and we also DCA'd, I think it was about 126-ish from memory. So the breakout here as well. So we're up a lot. Like, I mean, if you caught the 100 move, you're up already 60%. If you caught this move here, you're up probably about 30%. So yeah, 33%. So this is a very strong meme. I think, like I said, these ones that I'm talking through, they're month holds now for me. Because like I do hold quite a few. I just typed in month. What am I trying to type in? I want mini. That's what I want. I wish I had held these from the swing trade that we previously took. Like when Selfie and Sigma and Mini and Kobe were all down here in the single digits, my regret is not holding them. However, I was traveling. It was an aggressive swing trade and we made profits on it, guys. Like we made multiple profits on all of them. And now we are back into it. So I think a lot of them run up to a couple hundred, if not push 500 million in the coming months, particularly if they start getting listed on exchanges. So like I said today, guys, Mini, we pretty much DCA'd at this level earlier today. So we did pump up quite a lot over the past couple of days. But I think this is a really good DCA. Again, if you do look, volume is coming down. So I do expect a reaction soon. And holders were great. I did look at mini holders earlier today, and I'm very happy holding. Kobe is another one that we still are holding. Obviously, we got in at 7.7, so we are still up in that trade. Again, it's up to you if you want to sort of take it. This actually looks really good. You know what? If I might buy some more here actually in a sec. If holders are going up, so let's have a look at that. Excuse me. So this is 8.7. So this is live, guys. If we have a look at Kobe, yeah. So holders are kind of going down, which is really interesting. But it's low amounts, so 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.7. So in theory, we're 0.3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you're still up green on the week. Interesting that holders are going down over the week. But if we do let's zoom out. Always good to zoom out and actually look. Yeah, we are sort of, we'll keep an eye on Kobe. But I think this could be I think this pumps. I lean towards this pumping. This looks good. You got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. I think this is a good DCA. So let me just ping everyone in the Memecoin channel, guys. So yeah, I'm DCAing into Kobe right now. Just give me a sec to ping at Memecoins. Going to DCA into Kobe here at 8.7 mil. CA. Breakout looming. Holders steady. Big names still talk about it. Community is very strong. And I want to post a chart. So let me copy the chart. And then I just need to mention, do so here, OG entry was 7.7 mil. So we are still up from our OG entry, but there we go. All right, bang. That way everyone gets the ping. Okay, back to the VC. Cool. So bro, bro hit our stop loss, you've great question. And no, don't worry, I will get to WMM very shortly. But no, bro did hit our stop loss already. So yeah, we're out of that trade. I think it may have actually moved up. That's pretty much all of our active trades, guys, off the top of my head. I'm just running through the list now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I'm still holding Trump on ETH. I haven't looked at that for a while. It was up quite a lot. And Epic, I think Epic is still above our stop loss from memory at 13 mil. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Epic as well. But let's look at Bro. So these are the ones that we were in that we got out of. So Bro, it broke down below. So it's still 2.8. So we got in a little bit lower than that. Yeah, so it is bouncing. So it did actually go and retest that 1786. So this is why like having some limit orders on these sorts of trades is always a good idea. I mean, you could probably sort of move it now. Let's zoom out a little bit. This one, I don't know. This one just is interesting to me because it feels like there seems to be a bit of liquidity problem. Every time it pumps, everyone sort of takes profit, right? So this does kind of look good. Like you got equal lows. You got equal lows off the 786. You haven't broken out yet. You've got volume reclining. So in theory, you've got a reaction going to occur, whether it breaks up or breaks down. Based on this structure, based on what I'm seeing here, I lean towards upside. But let's check holders just to see, because maybe we get back in right now, guys. Maybe we get back in. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Look. Yeah, so 8.8, 0.6. See, it's low numbers though. Like that's 2%. But on the week, you're up. Yes, let's zoom out again. Let's look at the actual holders. Yeah, like that's good growth, but as you can see, people got out of it. We got out of it here at Stop. We took a little bit. We de-risked here, guys. My Pepe boost is going off. Oh no, someone's sending me messages. So we de-risked here. We took some profits. I think it was a great move. We got out at 3.6. We were in at 2.3 and got out at 3.6 or 3.3 or something. It was a good swing trade. And now sellers dropped off. But it looks like I like this. Not a bad chart, guys. Not a bad chart. I want to see. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? It's probably worth a little trade. Guys. You've got high lows. You've got support off the 786, which is great to see. I just want to see more holders step in and take this higher. So I might dabble a little bit here, guys. I'm going to dabble a little bit. Okay. Just putting that in now. Just dabbling a little bit. Okay. So invalidation, pretty clear, guys, would be about 1.6. Okay. So let me ping everyone again, guys. Let me just copy the chart. And then let me ping everyone. Oh, yeah. That's a great. Michi, that's one of our good trades. Thanks for reminding me. Memecoin channel. Okay. Memecoins. Entering bro here at 2.8 million. Holders steady, but up on the week. You've got volume declining, which means a move is coming. High or low. You've got support off the 0.786, which leans me to a bullish breakout. Oopsies, I typed bro wrong. Leads me to a bullish breakout. So invalidation is below the low, which is what did we say, guys? It was 1 point. So you probably say about 1.6 ish would be your invalidation. 1.6 mil. Okay, cool. TPs are just high fibs. So I want to see volume come in if it breaks high. Okay, cool. All right, there you go, guys. I forgot to put the CA. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, amazing. Okay, cool. Back to the VC. Oopsies. It wants me to set a status. Stop, please. Let me just get back in. All right, cool. Supreme. Okay, let's look at some of our longer term babs. Yeah, this is a really interesting play with Bitcoin as well. The meme coin I'm talking about. Okay, cool. I'll just put a little tweet out about bro very shortly. I like it. Just to keep people on their toes. I'm gonna schedule it in a couple of hours. Copy and paste it. Dude, it's so good having multiple monitors. After traveling for so long and having no monitors, like, it's actually so good. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right. Okay, so we'll look at Michi first, because that was asked first. Oh, we'll look at WMM. That was requested, so we'll do that. Okay. Let's look at WMM. All right, cool. Yeah, oh, goodness. Not a good looking chart. Not a good looking chart. But I mean, you could see a potential. Yeah, keep an eye on it. Need to zoom out a little bit. Too many candles. So yeah, you're looking for a high low here. You're looking for a volume breakout. As you can see, I did obviously draw this before and it broke out. So this is a really good example of why, like, people think like a chart like this, if I just fix it a little bit. So a chart like this where you have symmetrical triangle, people think that's bullish. No, that is probability, could go either way. So always be aware if you have a symmetrical triangle, guys. Probability favors either side, okay? It's pretty much even. So something like this pretty much is definitely more of a bearish, right? And what the key signal, if this was an altcoin and I wanted to short it, where I would enter is here. Pretty much at the retest. You'd set this at the previous sort of candle high and you'd be targeting lower fibs. So, I mean, like, I would target down there. So that's how I'd short it, right? Like, you've got a clear breakdown. Like, we did falsely break up, but again, you've got whales selling or you've got some liquidity problems here, whatever it is. always be aware of that sort of stuff as well. If you see big wicks, I just don't like charts like that. But essentially what you're looking at, we broke down. And then what we did have is nearly retest this sort of confirmation here. What you would have liked to see is this break back in and then break higher and continue like that. But what we did see is a classic breakdown, retest. That is the short opportunity there, guys, and bang, to the races down the downside. So that's a textbook short opportunity if you did see it. Obviously, you can't short. This is only a meme coin worth 3 mil, but that's like same structure. If this is price, this is structure. Same thing. If it shorts, you want to short that retest. It's a very simple invalidation back above that previous wick there, and then targeting lower fibs. Like that's a great 2.61. If you caught it all the way down to the 786, it's a 4.6, and then obviously if you caught it all the way to the 886, which it went to, it's a 5.88 risk to reward, guys. So that's what I mean. Like shorting meme coins and shorting altcoins and longing them is very lucrative as well if you do obviously get a setup like that. So yeah, keep an eye on this one. Anon, probably not really interested, but I mean, like you could be setting a high here off the 886. Let me check holders. Let's see if people are talking about it. Have I heard about this one? No, I haven't seen it on my timeline. I've seen CMM, I think it is. Yeah, nah, not yet. It could, but not yet. Okay. So that's that one. Let's look at Michi and then let's look at Bitcoin. Yeah. So do we figure out Supreme? Do you know who actually sold their 3 mil back? Oh, dude, Michi looks so good. So we caught this retest. We bought here initially at 83. We caught this retest here at 97. A little bit higher, 97. And so guys, we're up 2x. Let's go. Again, you go bigger in this. You throw 5K in this. That's a 10K move rather than chasing $100 in meme coins where you got to get, what's that, a 50X to get 5K? Doubled? Yeah. Oh, guys, this is why swing trading high cap memes is so, and like, this is why we then leverage something like this. But I wanted to leverage Michi, but it wasn't listed on anything. I need to look at OX Fun, I think it is. Is it? Is that right? OK Fun or OX Fun, guys? If anyone's been on there, let me know. But yeah, no, Michi looks very good. Like you're bouncing off this level fib as well. So I do want to see it take out this previous high from a week ago. I do want to see these highs taken out. But as you can see, guys, this is why fibs work every time. Where did we reject from? The 382 yet again. So Michi looks really good. Happy with our bag in that one. Let's look at Bitcoin. Excuse me. Alrighty, so Bitcoin. Yeah, look at this wick. It's actually insane. Hey, who keeps moving my charts? You get back up there. All right, there we go. So, technically you're in a bull flag still, like this, and the lows would be kind of the same, where it's kind of going trending like that. So I'm not bearish. Here. Everything looks good. Obviously, just had a massive wow sell. So yeah, Supreme. Have you replied? No, you're welcome, Anon. Opinion on ticker Bitcoin. Yeah, if anyone knows, did we find out who sold 3 mil? The reason, and this is key, guys, if you're new to meme coins, the reason someone could sell 3 million, but also because it nuked the chart, even though it's at 230 million, the market cap's at that, is because of the liquidity, right? 3 million is literally a third of current price action, a little bit less. That's why it nuked the chart. Okay, it dumped, it literally dumped. Look at that, from current price action, it's a 50%. That is a steal. That's at our entry. We got in at 1, 2, 3. So it went all the way back to our entry, actually. So, I think this is good. I look to buy more. And this is why I took some profits, guys. I took a little bit of profits on Giga, on SPX when it hit 860 or whatever it was, on this as well. This is why you take some profits. Yeah, sure. In the long run, maybe it does go up. But hey, you want to stay liquid. Again, you could buy dips. We actively trade. We out-trade people that buy and hold. Okay? We out-trade them. It's been so evident. Mog is a classic example of us doing that for many months in the group. So sure, I'll buy and hold. I am buying and holding quite a few now, but I will buy and hold at really good levels. So again, the 1, 2, 3 level for Bitcoin was a great level to buy in. Okay, it was going to follow SPX, and sure enough, it has. I do want to see this level hold. So pretty much between this range at 227, sort of back to this all-time high there, the first, even this wick here. So if it holds above 177. And continues up, that's a bull flag. This is still a very nice bull flag, okay? And then you go high, okay? That's pretty standard price action. And at the end of the day, guys, you do need to consolidate, right? If you take this low, to that high. That is a 5.65 move. So yeah, of course you need to consolidate. If we look at SPX to compare, I was talking about this yesterday. It did look a little bit bearish on the lower time frames, but it looks like it's holding up still. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. Yeah, I took a bit of profits here off that 9 point. Like that was a 2x, guys. We caught this swing trade from here, 460. I think it was this wick here. I think it was this one here. Yeah, that wick to there. Like we literally caught a 94% move. So of course I'm going to take a little bit off the table. I threw quite a lot of money at it. So yeah, and look, we're already back down 200 mil. So that's a beautiful DCA again for me now that we're retesting here. Like I saved myself 20% and save you guys 20%. And again, something to show you, if you do want to pump back to the same levels, it's a little bit more than what it actually is. So on the low side. So yeah, no, this looks pretty good as well. I'm still happy holding Bitcoin. I'm still happy holding SPX. I think they are good plays. Let's have a quick look at the holders just to confirm what's happening there. But otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, guys. Wait, this is obviously the wrong Bitcoin. Let's look at SPX first. And then I'll have to go back to the Bitcoin chart. Okay, there we go. I expect green here. Yep, green for SPX. It's green every day, guys. It literally had one red day in the past month, and it was only 2 people. Yep, so SPX, no dramas there. Let's look at Bitcoin. And usually if a big whale sells like that, it does create a bit of fear, which actually creates opportunity. When you think about it, always buy red, buy fear, sell greed, guys. Pretty simple. Nah, guys, like, oh, dude, Bitcoin looks good. I'm happy. I'm very happy in this position. I will dive in later to see who actually clipped that 3 mil. It'd be cool to see their wallet actually and check out what's happening. But yeah, look at this. So we saw a massive, this is what I mean, because people would have had limit orders set, right? That's why we had a massive increase. 399 people earlier today during that dip because everyone was like, oh shit, it's dumped. Let's get in. Okay. Yeah. So that's why Bitcoin's good. So no, I think this is good. I think a DCA for Bitcoin is probably, you get DCA at 200 mil, guys. That's probably pretty good. I'd be happy with that. Okay. We looked at Michi, look at Bitcoin. Yeah. Supreme. I think it's a good beat. I might ping. I'll ping everyone in the group. Okay. As well. So let me do that as well. Memecoin. To see it hold above 170 mil. Our OG entry was 123 mil. Let me just add a little bit more information to that ping. Hold is still very green. This is a bull flag. Oh my god, I can't type on the weekly and daily. Okay, cool. Excuse me. Alrighties. I'll just check general, see if someone pinged me there. Not sure if you're... Oh, it's Supreme tagged me there. Amazing. I'll look at that after. Thanks, Legend. Appreciate that. Oh my god, it wants me to set a status again. Stop that. Okay. Pablo. You're welcome, Supreme. No troubles. Can you please look at W Dog? Volume is down, but hold market cap around. See, this is... You gotta take profits on these lower caps that just lose a bit of interest. So, Pablo, I think how long have you been in the group? Not long, it looks like. With the little, yeah, you're new. So we cut W Dog quite a while ago because it was showing weakness. Same as Snoofy. Those ones really lost the meta. And Sigma and Kobe and Selfie and Mini, those ones and Aura, like they pumped and this one didn't pump. So this is why you cut it. And this is why we did cut it. And it was great. I mean, we still locked in profit. But it was the right decision because it dumped well below our entry, right? So I will take a look at it. But again, you want to be in something that's the current narrative in the current meta. Like this doesn't look too good, right? Like it broke down. We rejected here. We pumped up here. We rejected. We didn't make any, like volume's been very consistently low. We are breaking below the 786 now. So I'm just not interested in something like this. But yeah, like it's a valid question. Like you ask me any meme coin chart, I'll have a look at it. I'll give you my opinion. But I'd much rather have my money in other strengths, right? So, and here is our strength. These are our trades. These are our current trades. So these are our current trades at the moment. So this is strength, and I am looking for some more soon. I just want to see strength on the macro scale before we start aping in again. but I just pinged a couple then as well, so I'll have to add them here as well. But yeah, you can come and have a look here. I think W Dog was on the list. I'd have to do a manual check. Maybe it was before this. Maybe it was before I even started tracking it. But we did. We swing traded a couple times. But yeah, so it's not on the list. But yeah, so that looks pretty good. The trades that we're in, I mean, looks pretty good. But yeah, W Dog, not one for me. Not one for me, guys. Let's look at a couple others that have just brought my attention from trades that we're in. Again, very happy that I did take some profits off the table with Apu, guys. Like, if you pump, like we caught this low. I should have held my long. Oh my God, my long was in at 60 mil. I would have printed. But anyways, hey, so we got in at 60 mil. We were up 5.9x. I am going to take profits on a trade like that. And look at this. We are, in theory, breaking back down. This is probably technically a bull flag. Lower lows and lower highs, sort of in this sort of channel. It might even be sort of creating a wedge. So I will look to aggressively swing trade this again once it has finished consolidating and price sort of shows what we're looking at. But if we take the low, so let's have a look to the swing high. We have obviously bounced off the 0.5. So I think golden pocket for this one looks great, guys. So Apu, if you're not in, or look for a long at 207 to 170 mil, I think that's a really nice entry for Apu. But again, I'm back holding from 60 mil. So yeah, I took a fair amount of profits off here, guys. Yeah, sure, this might go to 1 bill, but I want to hold Solana, and I want to, like, Solana is still going to outperform a lot of other tokens in the meme coin space, in the altcoin space. So why would I not hold Solana and sort of prioritize that? And I suppose, like, in the past, I've been burnt, right? Like, I've round tripped 2 cycles. I made a lot of money, but then round tripped. I got scammed in NFTs last cycle. So you just learn your lessons. You grow a bit of wisdom. You grow a bit of experience, and it teaches you a few things. And it teaches me to take profits. And if you see Craig and I talk on streams, like, we talk about this so, I'm passionate about making sure that you have a trading plan, because if you don't, you're just not going to win consistently, right? So yeah, that's all my thesis on that. Just going to check a couple of other trades. Pepe is one we haven't looked at for a while either, so let's look at it. I think and Whiff, they've been quite slow, actually, the big market cappers, but I think they're the ones that are going to pump, right? Longer term, when normies do come. Look, I mean, you probably could say that's kind of the new resistance level. So it's this sort of channel that we've been in. So I think, yeah, Pepe looks good in this golden pocket region, like I've kind of drawn on last stream. I think this is not a bad sort of play. Watch it. We could even start looking at some longs here, actually, guys. You know what? On some higher time frames, you probably set the stop loss below that wick there, which would be a clear move below the 618. And you'd be targeting that first fib, which is already a risk to reward of 2. So that means you're already doubling your money. But the all-time highs is a 3.8. So, you know what? I'm going to set some. I need to remember all these trades. Can someone keep a log for me? So that's Pepe. I'm going to write in the chat. Hold on. So Pepe long. We're looking at Apu, Wedge. What else did we cover in the stream, guys? Someone remind me in the chat. There was some other ones that I like the look of. Can't think of it off the top of my head. I think it was for leverage. But, okay, we've got those two. Yeah, Supreme might remember. Bitcoin, I don't think you can. Nah, Michi can't long Michi, and it's pumped enough. I don't want to chase that. What other ones did we look at? I don't think you can long Bitcoin, but I will have a look at it again. Bitcoin. I can't remember. It'll come to me. Let's look at Whiff. Then Moo comes, and then Simon's Cat on BNB. Hey, what a trade that was. We printed on that as well. Yeah, so Whiff looks average as well, guys. Like, it's really interesting this. Like, Pepe and Whiff, right, the 2 biggest memes this cycle, probably showing the most weakness at the moment. So I'm looking at the fibs. So I'm looking at the all-time fibs. So and this is why fibs also work, guys. Look at this. So let me just delete it to show you again. So I've got the fibs from the range low to the range high, kind of like what we did at the start of the stream with Solana. So low to high. And where we're actually rejecting from right now is the 382 on that, right? And if you do obviously draw the fib from sort of wherever, like the swing low or the macro low, whatever you want, but I'll go swing low to swing high, you will see that a lot of these fibs align, right? And that's where confluence starts to occur, right? So if you do look here, we're looking, this level here was massive. We've obviously broken through there. So I am keeping an eye on this for Whiff. I mean, if we zoom out a little bit further, does have quite a history. So yeah, I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, no, nothing on whiff for me. I'm holding, like, I mean, we got in here at 1.3 bill, guys. So we're still up like 70%. So this is what I'm bag holding this, because I think normies are going to see like whiff and Pepe and know what they are. And they're probably going to, and whiff, I think, has the highest market cap to holder ratio, actually. So I think they're a good play. I mean, every trade has its invalidation. So set your stop loss to break even. 1.3 bill was our entry. If you aren't in, 1.86 probably is a nice level to get in if you find it. Let's look at Mog. Haven't looked at Mog. A shout out to a couple of members who managed to get a couple shorts and longs on it as well. This was a nice long from a few people in the group who caught that long off that support. I wasn't too confident, but I mean, we are setting a lower high at the moment, retesting this 2.36 as well. So for me, this is sort of what we're looking at the moment. Let me remove that. So this is what we're looking at. Very interesting. Like, I mean, Mog has less of so if you look at on-chain analytics about holders, Mog is the one I'd be more worried about compared to SPX and Giga. Mog has larger whales in it who control more of the supply, so that and market makers, so that's more like, that's why swing trading a little bit more aggressively on Mog is probably better. But again, I think this is a multi-billion-dollar meme. You just gotta be patient. Giga. Oh my god, it's come all the way back. What did it get to? 700? I thought it may have got to 800. Goodness gracious. Haven't missed traffic, eh? Look at that. Look, so yeah, it got to 650, 665. Yeah, so we are bouncing. Look at that. Fibs again, guys. We are bouncing off this sort of breakout range. So keep an eye on that. Not that bad. Again, you can't long Giga. Like, come on, man. I want to long it. So that's probably what I'm looking at as well. If we do dip in Giga, I'll probably go quite hard, guys, and I'd be aping in down here. So keep an eye on this. Possibly a breakout coming soon, okay? You got volume also declining as well. Again, a lot depends on macro. If Bitcoin decides to dump to 63, then a lot of your favorite meme coins are going to dump down here, guys. So keep an eye on that for sure. This is just a swing low to the swing high, guys. Clearly off that move there. Yeah, no, happy with that one. And again, we were in here at 130. This is what I mean. I'll bag hold when I can get a great position. Okay, so we are up from 130. 130 to current is still a 4x. So yeah, happy with that, guys. Happy with that. Let me check my list. What else do we own? Mumu. Haven't looked at Mumu. Oh, PopCat. We also got into PopCat more recently. If PopCat pulls back, I ate more into PopCat. I don't have as much as I want in PopCat compared to like Mog and stuff. Yeah, Mumu's interesting. Like, I still hold, guys. We got in, we DCA'd all of these dips here. 96, 100, 120, I think our DCAs all are. Yeah, Mumu's just interesting. I'm happy holding it. Nothing too much else outside that. Again, invalidation for Mumu would be a clear breakdown below 94, which is our entry. So, or one of our entries. So yeah, nothing to update you on Mumu. Let's look at PopCat. So yeah, I mean, we got in at 1.18. Yeah, so we got in at that wick there and a little bit higher than that wick. This looks really good. But again, like I said, if macro breaks down, guys, we are going to get some great opportunities for longs, but also for spot as well. So a lot of charts look pretty similar, right? It just depends on the strength of the chart. So a lot of charts are broken up. Okay, and this is, we took a lot of trades here. But a lot of charts are retesting quite a sharp support. So this is support. So bounce, 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 bounce. The more times you do bounce, guys, the higher the chances that we do breakdown. So I'm keeping an eye on PopCat, because if we do break down, guys, I think this is a great opportunity. Anywhere here is a great opportunity. Great opportunity for PopCat, guys. I think it's a no-brainer. This one definitely hits 10 billion or more. Maybe even 15, 20. Yeah. Which is only like a 5x now, 6x from here. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, PopCat looks good. And then Simon's Cat, I think, is the last one that we haven't looked at. Simon's Cat, which is a fantastic swing trade off on a different chain. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And again, I did take some profits, guys, because it was a 2x. So we got in here. We got in at 156. And we pumped to 299. So that is just shy of a 2x. And I'm glad I took some profits. I still do hold this trade, guys, in my spot bag. And I think this is maybe a good play to have. I think this is one of the top memes on Binance Smart Chain or Binance BNB. So that's why I also want to see it. So in theory, you got the double bottom, which is where we bought, and then I would like to see a higher low, if not an equal low again. So you could like maybe form another low there, and then off to the races. So keep an eye on that. Glad we took some profits up there at the 2x. Outside that, I think that might be it. No, Fwog is on my list. Myro's on my list, but I haven't looked at Myro for a while. I only have a small position in it. What did I say? Fwog. Oopsie, spelled it wrong. Fwog. Okay. 270. Oh my god, dude! I remember when this was like 20 mil or 5 mil. I can't remember what it is. Insane. Oh, this is where I eat myself sometimes or hate myself, not eat myself, because like this one hit 10 mil. Oh, if we just held, guys. Hey, we're traders though. We have a process. We make consistent gains. We compound our wealth. That's how we do it. Now, Fog looks so good. I'm very happy we caught the 66. No, this one. Where was the wick? This one. We caught this wick here at 60 mil. Very happy with that, guys. So we're up. What's that? Like a 120? Yeah, about 4 or 5x ish. Yeah, no, 4 and a bit. So that's good. Fog looks amazing. But again, sometimes, hey, if you find a really good meme and you're in nice and low, hey, you might as well just hold a little moon bag. But hey, I have a system. I stick to it, and it's proved out to be very successful this cycle. What was the last one? Myro. Now, I might even... What are we at? Yeah, see, I just worry about volume for this, and I worry about interest, and I just think things like PopCat and whatnot just are superior, right? So I'd like to see this. So if you're watching, you still own Myro, which I own a little bit. I probably set my stop loss just below that previous wick, which is above our entry. Our entry was 87. Yeah, I've got 87. So entry was here at 87, guys. So we're still up. And I'd set my invalidation there below there at about 90 mil. So you break even, if not make a little profit from that. But yeah, I'd keep an eye on this. I don't think this one does as well as other tokens personally. All right, just checking the list. I think that's it. Oh no, Ponky, the last one, Ponky. This was a great DCA. We got into this, guys. This one absolutely smashes content, just by the way, on social media. On Instagram, has massive... Like, yeah, this looks insane. Look at that wick, 192. I think... Did we catch that? I can't remember. I'd have to search. I'd have to search in the group. But yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. That's strength. I mean, this consolidated for a long period of time, so I'm very grateful. I hold a decent amount in my spot portfolio. This consolidated all the way from May. So I was just waiting. We broke out. We faked out a couple of times. So I'd like to see it go back up here. Again, we got in quite nicely at 150. Let's have a look. What have I got on here? Ponky. 160 is our entry. So in this little block here. So yeah, we're approaching a 2x already on that trade, guys. Yeah, nearly. Oh, I was a little bit lower. Yeah, so about 160. So about 40 mil off a 2x. So I mean, another great trade, another easy trade where you throw 5, 10 grand. If you have a bigger wallet, you throw 50 grand at this. That's a 2x, guys. That's how you make 50 grand just like that. Okay, compared to how you're going to make 50 grand in the trenches with chasing a couple soul on each trade. Just not going to work out. So I'll happily say that to anyone on the timeline as well. All right, so let me go back to the questions. All right. When you're referring to holding a moon bag, typically, what percentage of your bag is left for that? Great question, Lukey. I'll be transparent. I rarely leave moon bags in. The reason for it is liquidity is king, and kind of like what Zeneca was saying recently in the chat as well. When you're someone like him or someone like me or someone that has more liquidity, where you have so many positions, if you're leaving 5 to 10% in on 50 different meme coins, you just cannot keep track of it. Even in Pepe Boost or BullX, like they're not programmed to hold more than like 5 meme coins on their little data screen. So it is quite hard to keep track of that. But that's what I would say. I'd say leave about 5 to 10%. If you're willing, if you're happy for that to go to zero, which 99% of the time it will go to zero, that's probably what I'd say. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Lukey. Outside that, guys, if anyone has any more questions, I'll answer them. But I think that was a pretty good live. I am still setting up over the weekend, so I probably will be a little bit less active as well. But from next week, guys, I really think I will be good to go. Just need to finalize a few things. I will get my computer soon as well. I might look into a few other additions as well, and a few other things. But yeah, no, looking good, guys. It's great to be finally set up. This is my dream, to be home after traveling after 8 months. sitting in front of 2 desktop screens. I didn't know a Mac cannot support 2 monitors, so I'm frustrated about that. So I'm very excited for my tower to get here in a couple of days. But outside that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that live stream. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions about any of the memes we covered, any of the altcoin analysis we did at the start, any of the Bitcoin analysis, and obviously it is recorded, and I'll put that in the live stream channel so you can watch it back at any time, and you can go between, guys, as well, and if you want to skip the altcoins and go to the meme coins, you can do that. If you want to skip the meme coins and just look at the altcoins, you can do that as well. But yeah, no, thanks for tuning in, guys. Very much appreciate it, and yeah, there'll be regular streams from next week. I'll be making sure to have them at different time frames. Probably in the evenings is a good time to cover for everyone, and then obviously in the mornings as well, I think is a good time, Australia time, to cover everyone in the EU and also in the US as well. So thanks for tuning in with me, guys. Do appreciate it, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next live stream.